Hello friends, welcome to my Cozy Haven. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you've clicked my video today. I'm just going to be chatting to you about the books that I've read this week, what I have been doing this week, and what I plan to be reading this weekend. So yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy. But let's get into the first book, shall we? Let's talk about books and then I'll tell you what I've been doing this weekend. We'll do it that way. So the first book I read was Hygge, a Danish concept of cozy and simple living by Noah Nielsen. I was given this a couple of years ago by a friend, and because she knows I love the idea of Hygge. It's just cozy, warm and happiness. Then yeah, I'm here for it. Give it to me. I did kind of like it, and in other ways I didn't. It was written almost like a lecture, if I could put it that way. And yes, there were chapters in it. Let's see what your chapters were. An introduction to Hygge, re-evaluating happiness, how to practice living a Hygge lifestyle, bring Hygge into your home, experience the Hygge lifestyle with your family, Hygge for wellness and health, and 10 ways to start enjoying Hygge immediately. And then the conclusion. And there were he was asking questions as well, sort of like reevaluating happiness, and then how to practice. There were some tips. There was like practical hints and tips here, but it didn't give me the warm, cozy, fuzzy feeling I was hoping to get from the book. I've read a couple of books on Hygge and really liked them because of the way they were written. It was very cozy, very comforting, and it just made it a nice experience. And say this felt more like almost like an academic experience, and it was not really what I was wanting from the book. As I say, I was given it by a friend. I'm going to keep it because there are some interesting hints and tips in here. But it was not what I was expecting. So I'd probably give this one, I think, probably a 3 out of 5. Where at the back of it, though, there were some lovely, some colouring pages, which are really nice, which you could, kind of print out yourself or just colour in the book. So that was a nice touch. I thought that was, a nice sort of way to end the book, but it was also, he was advertising, the pictures came from a colouring book that a friend of his has produced. So, but no, if you don't know much about Hygge and you're wanting to start, is this the place to start it? Probably not. There are other books out there that would probably be far better for you to read than this one to start you off with. I then read The Forest Hideaway by Sharon Gosling. I received this book for review. I read Sharon Gosling before. I read The Bookshop Lighthouse, or The Lighthouse Bookshop. It's those 3 words, but in whichever way it goes, I cannot remember. And I loved it. It was a fantastic book. This one, I enjoyed it, but maybe not as much as her previous one. So in this one we meet Saskia, and Saskia is wanting to restore, not exactly restore, but what's the word I'm looking for? She's wanting to preserve this castle, Castle Gair, and it's in Cumbria. Not Cumbria. Yes, it is Cumbria. It's near Carlisle. There you go. Or is that Dumfries and Galloway? Oh, it's that area anyway. It's Carlisle area. And the reason she wants to preserve it and also build a house within the castle, the ruined castle itself, is because of her grandparents and her father. Her father has passed and he encouraged Saskia's love of buildings and drawing and architecture. And he set a challenge to all his like architectural students, and Saskia did it as well, of how do you preserve the castle while building within its confines, but also keeping the oak tree that's there. Okay. And she came up with a concept, and he passed away before she'd shown it to him. And she can't find any builder or contractor to do the work for her, but she contacts Owen, she's given his name, and he comes to see it, he agrees to take the project on. And various things happen throughout the build. And we learn various things about Saskia, we learn various things about Owen, and Saskia's she's had problems. She has had addiction issues. So that's a trigger warning for you. This is maybe not the book for you. It does go into detail, but you're told that she has them. Her friend Vivian is fantastic. I really liked Vivian. Saskia's mother is a money-grabbing bag who really doesn't care. Well, she pretends to care about her daughter, but really doesn't. She's kind of trying to get, supposedly recover her relationship with her daughter, but there is a reason behind that. And it's not a very nice reason at all. I'm not going to say very much more because I don't want to spoil the plot for you. But I did like Saskia, I have to say. She's a very caring lady. She wants the best for people and she wants to help people, which I really, really liked. Owen is wanting, again, he's the same type of personality, and wants to do the best, cares about Saskia, wants to do the best for her, but also knows he has to do the best for himself and his family. So really, really liked it. It was a good story. I'm going to give it sort of 3.5 out of 5. It was a good read, and I'm glad that I got the opportunity to read it. So hopefully it might have intrigued you enough that you'll want to pick it up as well. Last night I finished If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia. I had seen this book from a couple of people that read it, and I thought it sounded an interesting book, and it sounded a really nice read. This was a lovely read. Relatively clean. There are only a couple of open door scenes, but very slow burn, very much get to know you, get to sort of understand you before anything happens. So we meet Michelle, and Michelle's mother has unfortunately passed away, and her mum and dad had retired to this village, this wee town, and Cooper Run, and her mum was running the inn. And Michelle's mum has left the inn to her youngest daughter Sarah, because Michelle, who's an artist or is in college at the moment doing an art degree, and Michelle has a job in Seattle. But Michelle comes to take over the inn to begin with, to let her sister finish her degree. And this is the story of her learning how to run an inn, learning actually how to converse with people, how to make people feel comfortable and welcomed and wanted within the inn. She is helped by Cliff, her next door neighbour, and his 2 daughters, and Cliff is the local baker. So there's also Rocket, the dog. And it's the story of their romance, basically. And will she stay in Cooper Run when her sister's graduated? Will she go back to Seattle? It's Michelle actually finding out what she really wants to do in life, who she wants to be with, and how she wants to live her life. It is Cliff sort of realising, well, my girls really like this lady, I really like this lady, can we make it work, will we make it work? It's also the townspeople that we meet as well, and all the festivals that happen within the town. It was absolutely delightful. I'm giving this 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. I absolutely loved it. Yes, it's a chunker. It took me probably 5 days to read, but that's because I was actually taking it slow. But I just really, really enjoyed it. It was a lovely, lovely read. I think this lady's written more books. Yes, she has quite a lot of books. So I'm tempted to go and have a look at them, because if they're all, as almost clean as this one, I would be very, very happy. But I absolutely adored it. It was just lots of 90s sort of cultural, mentions as well, bands and things like that. So thoroughly enjoyed this one. It was a fun read, and one that I think that you would enjoy as well. So if you're looking for a nice fall autumnal read, then definitely go and pick this one up. So I was out with Dad on Monday. He and I went and did some Christmas shopping. Yes, we went out and did some mums. We got most of her Advent, quite a bit of our stocking, and a couple of main presents. So we're very happy. We made a really good start. Mum and I are going out on Monday to do that. But while we were out, I picked up a magazine. This is my tradition. Every year I get the Ideal Homes Christmas magazine, because I just really enjoy it. Yes, I have Libby. Yes, I could have got it in Libby. But that's not what a tradition is about. A tradition is finding something that you always enjoy looking at, always enjoy reading, and getting it every year. So I got myself that this year. Again, maybe not my style, but I always like to see what is new or what people are doing, and just it gives me inspiration. So I picked this up for myself, and I will be reading this weekend. The other thing I'm going to pick up this weekend is Wrapped Up in Christmas Faith by Janice Lynn. This is my Tool publishing pick for November, so I'm going to get that read this over the next week or so, and that'll be good. I really like this series. It's one that is very, I find really comforting, and I love the stories behind it. So that's, although I said I'm going to read the Ideal Homes this weekend, I'm not going to read it all. I'll just dip into it and read when I want to read a wee bit, or do that. But apart from the Christmas shopping, Dad and I, it was good. We enjoyed it, and we accomplished the majority, quite a bit of what we wanted to do. So that was good. Mum and I, as I say, are going to go out on Monday. What else have I been doing this week? I was out with the other half on Wednesday afternoon. That was lovely. We went over to a garden centre. You'll hear about it in the vlog next week, what I thought of it. So that was good. I'm definitely looking forward to going back there and to see it when it's totally finished decorating. So that was good. Plans for the weekend. Mum and I are going to start. Hold on, I've just heard I need to go and check that she's okay. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, she's okay. So plans for the weekend. I've got rugby this weekend, obviously. We're going to take we have like plush covers that we put over our car seats for the autumn winter months. The temperatures are dropping now, so we're definitely going to get them out today, get them ready to go on, hopefully at the weekend, which will be good. What else? What else are other things? What else are we going to do? Oh yeah, Mum and I, we're all going to start looking at all our Christmas decorations and sorting them out and going, right, yeah, we're going to keep those, we're going to donate those, and make room for some new ones if we want to. I have been I have been watching some one particular lady, she's called Spoonful of Ashley, decorating her house for Christmas. Yes, she loves Christmas, and the whole family love Christmas. It's a very, very special time for them. So they actually decorate their house in October for Christmas. So they like to have it done before Hallmark start the Christmas movies, which I think is really interesting. I love Christmas as well. I don't think I would decorate that early, if I'm honest. I'm trying to decide what I want to do for my own room, for my own decorations. Maybe switch some out this year. One thing I would like to do for the kitchen is I'd like to do a very simple hot chocolate station, and just sort of see how I can work that in. My plan is to buy the little candy canes about that size that you can just sort of do that. So yes, I need to think on that. I also need to think on what I'm going to do here. These, I would love, if I'm honest, to put them in so that they're all one level. Does that make sense? They're kind of up and down. So I think I might try and do that. I think I probably need to lower these two maybe, or do I need to put these two? I'll speak to Dad about it. He's the aficionado when it comes to things like that. So quite like to try and do that. Yeah, I've got it. I've seen there are ideas that I've gathered from this that I want to sort of just try and maybe think about doing things in my own room, and some new additions to decorations in the family, the whole of the family house. But we'll see what happens. You just never know. It may work, it may not. And I've got some ideas. We'll chat about them all and make decisions. But it's too early for me to start putting decorations up, but at least if I can start planning the process, that's good. You never know, I might have Christmas stuff up middle of November, but we'll see how it goes. I have a project about books that I want to do. I've started doing some research. I need to do some more. I plan to, because I've got a couple of ideas for Christmas, videos, book related videos that I want to do. So I'm just starting to get the process going. But yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please come chat with me down in the comments. Are there any of the books that I have mentioned that you like the sound of, or have you read? What have you read this week? I would love to know. What are your plans for the weekend, whether it be reading or otherwise? Have you started thinking about Christmas yet, or are you an early decorator, or do you wait? I would love to know. Do you theme each area of your house, or come chat with me? Come on, let's chat about all things. No, maybe not. Maybe it's too early for you. Don't worry about it. But anyway, that's it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. And on the way down to chat with me in the comments, if you haven't already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. It's just keeping my channel growing, and you become a member of my little cozy haven here. And if you hit the notification bell, it will tell you when I'm bringing out new videos. But that's it. Have a great weekend. But whatever you do, friends, stay safe. Happy reading. Bye.